Hello to anybody that is here. If there's no one here, that's super sad. Not really. I can't hear anything. There we go. All right. Warp Rift. Get our moats. Like I normally do. I can't see nothing. Oh! $40,000's not bad. Did I start my boss? I did. But now it's not on the... I'm gonna restart my game. One second. Why does that say flashback curse forge? Interesting. Hello, clown. I am okay. I'm trying to figure out why none of my Skyany stuff was working yet, and it was making me sad. Yeah, I'm good. I just woke up. What time is it? 4:30? I think I got out of bed a solid half an hour ago. Which is not good. I didn't mean to, but I was having a nice sleep, and it's at 3:45 p.m. It's almost 4:30 p.m. now. Um, so again, I've been awake for half an hour. I was having a nice sleep, man, and then I was having a dream. I think couldn't fucking tell you what was happening, like at all. I remember I was in a building, and it was like one of those escape games. And I woke up and I had to like get out, and there was a dude, and he woke up when there was like four of us and we were all in the house and we all had to get away, and he could track us, but I didn't know that, so I just kept hiding, and he could like maneuver around things way better than I could, and it was freaking me out. It was a nightmare, but it wasn't scary, I guess. Hi. I wasn't a fan. Then I woke up, and I woke up in the most uncomfortable position I think that I've ever been in, which was like my forehead was the only thing on my pillow, and I was face down, so my neck was like heavily just crooked. So that hurt. But I was sleeping like a baby. That could have just been me trying to get out of... No, there's not! I just updated my mods! Oh, not great times. It was like 4:30 in the morning when I went to bed, but... No, that's not. I should have been up at like 11 or 12. Not almost 12 hours of sleep. That's not... Why is it lying? Skyblocker, you've told me this for 2 days in a row now. 12 hours is good. 12 hours is more time than I should ever be sleeping ever. Modrinth. Skyblocker. Is 6.5.3 only 21? Stop telling me to download a version for a version that I don't use. Should I switch to Lunar? In my opinion, do whatever you want. I switched to Lunar because I liked their map, and they also have a lot of good Skyblock mods and some performance mods that make the experience pretty nice. Realistically, there's not a reason not to, considering you can launch it alongside regular Fabric mods. But everyone seems to have their own aneurysm anytime I tell people to switch to Lunar, so... I mean, like, there's not a reason not to. But if you're looking for any specific mods, there's mods for everything on Modern now. Whereas when I swapped, there wasn't mods for everything on Modern. I use Lunar for the motion blur. I think you use Lunar for the wrong thing. I do appreciate, like, the PvP edits with the motion blur on, though. Those always look pretty good. 2, 1. I don't want to have to re-download my entire mod folder one by one. So Lunar reads... You can figure out where Lunar is reading mods from, and then just drag them there, and it should theoretically work. If you run a Modrinth thing, I think you can technically import Modrinth mod packs. It doesn't like to bring configs with that, so make sure your configs are in the .minecraft folder. Like the actual .minecraft and then config folder. But that's like probably 20,000 files. Unironically. Because Minecraft configs run deep. I've figured that out every time I've done it. But since my initial switch to Lunar, which had the worst experience I've ever had getting configs over into something because it was reading from 3 different folders, being the .minecraft folder as a whole, the .minecraft/config folder being the directory, right? The actual one where the config should be, but it was only reading half of them from that, and then one step backwards from that being the actual .minecraft folder, and then some random third folder in the middle of fucking nowhere is where I found all my configs to be reading from. Now, they fixed that, and they all only read from the .minecraft folder properly. So, I mean, the experience to switch over shouldn't be as bad. But a big thing, like, Dolkir, big time Lunar guy, makes Lunar mods and stuff. Kind of just suggest making your config from scratch and just seeing what you can get away with only on Lunar, because Lunar stuff is pretty decent. I also don't really want to use Lunar stuff, though, because of the black background boxes. I don't know if that's disableable. Probably is. Not willing to figure it out. Sounds like a lot of work. I didn't like that from NEU, and I still don't like it now. I don't understand why I have to reload local repo to get that stuff to work. That doesn't make sense. Might switch to Lunar when they stop supporting 21.11. It's reasonable. But yeah, no, I like it. I mean, again, I get a lot of performance, and they have a couple interesting things, like you can use, like, mods that are unrelated, right? I don't know why that was on. Like this boss bar mod, I have on because I've disabled everything in it to hide boss bars. If I turn it back on and I'm in like a dungeon or something, I'll see the boss bar up at the top, and I hate that. I hate that so much. Or like the Dungeon Hub boss bar that's like, do all of the Dungeon Hub races. No. I don't want to. We haven't had a new race in a while. I don't want one. We haven't had one. I downloaded my modded config. I'm trying Lunar. Yeah. But a benefit from that is technically you can edit those mods. Obviously, some people can't. I'm a bit privileged in that I can go in and look at it for a little bit and figure it out, but... Hello, Luna. Yeah, no, I would honestly positively suggest Lunar, because I really like the state that it's in now. I used to be pretty iffy about it, because it wasn't great. Obviously, it was lacking and lagging behind Badlion. Badlion was doing waves, but Badlion was only better for Skyblock. Around the time when they actually got acquired by Moonsworth and Lunar Client is kind of when I like looked at it again and went, yeah, this is kind of in like a completely usable state. Still need to like subsidize some things with other mods, but now it's at a point where I don't think there's any part of Skyblock that Lunar doesn't actively support. for the average player. There's a couple niche things, and if you need those niche things because you're really locked in on doing one specific thing, there's always the fabric support side of it. For example, emotes. That's a niche thing. I didn't eat gummies. Where the fuck are gummy consumables? Inferno minion? Yeah, but sometimes I like to know where they are, you know? Did I turn my volume way down? A little bit. I'm afraid of this Matcha Dye video. I don't think it's gonna be as funny. How old is your profile? This one is 4 years. The other one, my solo, is almost 7. Actually, I don't know when it hits 7 years old, but I think it's soon. W. If I put a config in the config folder of .minecraft, do I need to put the mods in the mods folder? No. So the mods, that's where the weird shit happens. But it's pretty easily fixable. If you know where the mods are, right? I'm gonna walk you through this. Full screen, right? So this is the Lunar launcher. On the left, you click the versions. You select whatever version you're running, right? On the bottom right, make sure you have Lunar Fabric selected in whatever version using global.minecraft, which it should be defaulted to. You click version settings. You can see mods and like there's explore mods, which pulls from CurseForge and Modrinth, by the way. But there's a button right here that says open mods folder. That's the button you need to press, and that's where you need to put your mods, because that is not a regular folder. I will not click it because it will show my actual name, but that is where it goes. This button, don't trust it. As much as I would like to say to trust it, I don't. I just go through, and if there's ever an update to a mod, which is indicated by the little green circle, click that, and then select the most recent version. It'll always be on the top. Some mods, like Fabric API, Ferrite Core, mod menu, Sodium usually, but I guess it's not doing it right now. Text placeholder API, and I think Iris, double them. But that's just because that's what they natively support in their Fabric version. And those are the only ones that should duplicate. I don't know why they don't stop that. And I've told Dilkir a couple times, and that's up to the launcher team. The launcher team needs to fix that. He's obviously not the launcher team. So it's not his fault. And they are aware because several people have complained. But that's like a small thing that isn't actually all that impactful. Just as long as you have the most up-to-date version of the mod alongside the probably lower version mod, it will always run with the most up-to-date version of that if it has two of them. So, but I believe the reason it's trying to do double mods is if you can delete them, the double mods, but every time you launch the game, it reinstalls the mod again. Because the launcher doesn't like to prioritize the most up-to-date version. It likes to go, hey, download this one that we know works. So it'll download the previous one. Even if you have the most up-to-date one. I don't know why. At least that's how I assume it works. Obviously, I'm not a developer for them, so I don't actually know. But that's what it feels like it's doing. I think this is not on the right thing. Stable versus latest, yeah. Like, what is known to be ready. But sometimes that becomes a problem because some mods depend on the most recent version if they've updated recently. But, again, it will run with the most recent one regardless. It's a small price to pay to be able to still just run everything. Put my mod folder in my Lunar Client mod folder, and do I have to expand the pack because nothing's happening? Yeah, okay, did you export the mods as like a modern mod pack? Or do you just have the mods themselves? Yes? Okay, so no. That's a different thing. I didn't know you did that, actually. Is it the create profile button? Okay, so if you're doing that, sorry, I led you astray. There's a button down here. Supports MR pack, zip, and LC pack mod packs. However, I didn't have great success with that. So, try it. If it doesn't get some of your mods, just go back into your Modrinth folder. I can show you how to do that really quick as well. Really inconvenient timing. Download the mods from Mod Explorer. Sometimes you don't know what all your mods were, and it takes a while to just do that. Go here, right? Say this is your Modrinth installation. Click here, click open folder, and then find the mods folder in there, and then just drag them over. Assuming you didn't already know that. You did grab your config, so I'd assume you knew that. Their profile migration fucked up anybody that had done stuff beforehand, though, which is sad. It reverted me back to a version of my configs that I had 2 months ago. And it made me really upset. But it made it better overall, so it shouldn't be a problem. I have all the files of my modern config. Do I just grab the config one or all of them? Go in to the config folder. Oh, hey, this one docks me. Cool. Right? So double click on the config folder, copy everything in there, and then copy that into the config folder of the .minecraft folder. Right? I can't show you that one because that one has my username, but it'll be the same thing. So how you went into that one and copied everything, you'll go into the one in the .minecraft folder and paste everything. Should be it. Should be. If it doesn't go correctly, if you have a config that doesn't seem to be working, I'd say just make a new one. It's not worth the trouble at that point. It should be as simple as that now, though. Should be. Because I had to just drag all of my configs into the .minecraft folder recently. So, how much XP or Rev XP do you have in your RNG meter? 3.2 million. Which is about 1.5 million more than what I started with. Why am I waiting for this? Anyway, how you doing, Kyle? I didn't realize I spawned my boss. That's so depressing. That's good. Oh! Since everything reads from the .minecraft folder now, it should also be really easy to move to 26.1. Or 26.2 even. I just need all the mods to move to that version. How are you? I'm decent. God damn, that took me 8 tries. Oh. Where did it go? The Slayer thing's just gone. I thought that was my boss, because it was red. But I guess not. Don't know why I immediately assumed that my boss would be red. Seems like a problem. My shoulder blade just popped, gang. That felt nice. Sky Hanny should hopefully be getting an update soon to fix their Slayer stuff. Came back to the game 2 months ago. Quit before forging update. How about his 2.2 bill net worth for newest profile? I have no clue. It probably took me a few months to get my first billion net worth on this profile, so I don't know. My profile's never exactly been amazing because I played it very differently. But 2 months, 2.2 bill, I mean, it's not bad, but I don't think it's necessarily amazing. I think is usually what some people would say. The beginning of a profile is always the hardest to get money in, so. Without the knowledge of, like, a very consistent endgame or late game player, I feel like it's just generally harder for someone to come back to a profile like that, so I don't know. Hello, Mr. Obese. What? Oh, my boss is up here. Shit foraging for my first bill. I made it around 40 hours at my peak without any mayor buffs. That's pretty nice. I'm kind of shocked. I can't lie. That seems pretty good. Oh, my boss spawned. Shit. I just killed that mini boss. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I saw Mr. Obese in a lobby sweating blaze. Mr. Obese, are these allegations true? Kinda. Crazy. How goes the massacre? I think they're already dead. I don't know if you can call that a massacre. It's like grave robbing instead. Putting the config folder into my Minecraft config folder. No. You mean you're putting the contents of the config folder into the .minecraft config folder. Okay, good. Yes. Okay, then we're good. Is it fun to grind dyes? I find it fun, yeah. Pretty enjoyable experience for me. But, I mean... a lot of, like, grinding dyes as well is it gets me to go back to other parts of the game. Which is pretty fun and have a reason to grind them. I'm not max XP, but I'm ever so slowly closing in on it. So, like, grinding dyes not only gets me to go do other things that maybe I didn't grind for XP before, like, certain bestiaries. But also just, like, Again, I can go back and enjoy other parts of the game with an actual goal to do them, rather than just doing them for no reason and being depressed and sad. Hello, Copper. How does Lunar use the mods? How do I import them into Lunar? You already did, didn't you? You did the MR pack thing? No, actually, okay, hang on. So, let's go over this. Let's put a pause on our timer. So, we'll go here, right? We're gonna do this instead, because no, don't say sorry. Any plans to use the Sears 3X Livid? Yeah, just probably not on stream. So we go here, version settings, and you've opened this mod folder before, right? On whatever version you're using. Okay. And that's where you put your MR pack before, but we're just going to actually remove the existence of the MR pack, because I think it's going to be easier. So delete it from that folder. Okay? So instead, you're going to do what I said before in your Modrinth thing, right? This is your Modrinth. You click here, you click Open Folder. It opens up your folder. There's a Mods folder. You're going to go into that. You're going to copy all of the mods that are for the version that you're using, and you paste that into the mods folder for in this. You've done that? And you have all of the configs already put into the configs thing. Okay, so theoretically, now, as long as you've copied your configs into that folder and you've copied your mods into that mods folder, you select the version that they're all for. So if you were playing on 26.1 or 26.1, you'd select 26.1. It will tell you which version you're using down here, or which folder you're using globally down here for the configs. You select Lunar and Fabric, and then you click Launch Game. And that should be it. I'm still on 1.21.11, so I picked this one. But if you're on 26, you pick that one. That should be it. Should be it. And if it doesn't work, that's going to be really sad. But I have gone through that process 4 times, and it got really annoying. So I'm kind of glad that it's a bit more streamlined. Because, no, don't say sorry. I'm talking about it's Lunar's fault. Because, again, when I did that, so initially, when I swapped over to Lunar, it read from 2 folders, being the .minecraft folder as a whole, and the config folder in the .minecraft folder. So you had to have your configs in both places, because I was not going forward and looking for which config read from what folder and moving them based off of that. And then at some point, they did a little update, and then some of the configs were reading from a config folder in the .lunar client folder, which is like at the same level as the base of your storage on your drive. And then I moved from that. It got updated recently. There was a profile migration update. Don't know what it did, but I guess it made the experience for incoming users a lot better because they've localized everything to one folder rather than 3, which is really good. But I've had to go into the folders and figure out where the configs were coming from about 5 times. Or 4 times. So. Sloppiest transition ever. But, you know, it works. Now. Hopefully. Oh god, I fucking hope it works. If it doesn't work for you, that's gonna be really sad. Ooh, I don't remember where... Does it actually read from the... I don't think this actually reads from the proper... Anyways, I got my mod pack is in Lunar. I got it. My mod pack is in Lunar. Woohoo! Yes, this does read from the correct folder. Good. And then right shift opens up the Lunar menu. Something about clients being slightly better put together than Skyblock mods. But honestly, I think that for the purposes of Skyblock mods, the commands is a much better solution to opening up a menu. So. I will never appreciate going into like a big mod pack like all the mods 10 and having 5 mods being bound to the same button. It's like, oh, you want to open up this menu? Press this button, and then it opens up another menu or does something entirely different. The fucking thing reset again! Why does it do that? Maybe it's timing out. I've had a lot of trouble with Lunar not launching in the past, so let's see if it launches. Yeah. I'm not... I'm scared that I've even said the correct things. Who the fuck is Miku Miku Beam? I wonder if I just friended them because their name was Miku Miku Beam. I need to figure this out. Miku Miku Beam. Have you found all 15 egg locations on Atoll, or are you just not interested in doing that? I don't care. Yeah, I don't know who this person is. I think I just friended them because their name was Miku Miku Beam. Oh, goodness. Holy moil. I just got foul flesh. Now, boss, if you could continue giving me foul flesh so I can permanently forever make money, that would be cool. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not enough to subsidize that, but please. Woo! All wasted chocolate. Poop die. time bag. I still need the moldy breads. Fuck. How many dice have you dropped? 8. 3 of which are technically not dropped, but bought. Chocolate dye. And the 2 bits dyes, pure black, pure white. Other than that, Archfiend, Holly, not livid, Necron dark purple, and the one I got recently, Cyclamen. You're doing the bingo one? Yeah. I don't know how many bingo points I have right now. I don't think I can actually look. But I think I'm at 200 or something. I know it's way more than that. But the goal is to get that one. And Matcha soon for real. Well, I don't know. So the reason the title says last day maybe is initially... So I usually do 2 hours a day, 4 days a week, and I do like 8 hours of one specific die, regardless of whether or not it's 2x or 3x. And it's random, and it's a wheel, and it's for like a YouTube series that I'm doing. But even though I was told that Matcha would be 2x, I just ignored the fact that I knew that, and now it's 2x, and I'm not entirely certain that I want to stop. So it says it's updating, but it's taking a while. So if you haven't launched Lunar in a while, it's updating versions and it's building a cache. After your like first or second launch, it should actually launch reasonably quickly. You just have pretty much never launched it on this version, so it doesn't have a lot to deal with. It's like when you launch a first version of any version of Minecraft for the first time, and it takes 80 fucking years because it has to install everything again. It would be pretty interesting if Minecraft installed the full game version of all hundreds of versions that there are, including like snapshots and everything, just always. You would not have storage on your computer anymore. So nothing does that. It's just building it for the first time. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's launch times that usually gets improved. Tolkien usually talks about because we know a couple people who are on some lower end PCs, like Luna, for example. I think Dolkir kept telling her that there were some improvements on either launch times or just general performance. Like significant ones, so it gets better. How big is JRE? Keep switching from download assets, UI textures, and JRE. That's everything in Minecraft. Wait, what is JRE? JRE? Mod? I don't know what that is. Is that related to JEI? If it's saying it in Lunar, it's probably necessary. We don't have JEI, though. We have REI. But I guess that's built off of JEI. It's probably that. Hello, Aspiring. Torturing myself with Party Finder, trying to drop Livid. Yeah. Java runtime environment. Oh, well, you need that. Otherwise, your game just doesn't work. Because that's what the game is made on. That would actually... Yeah, that would explain downloading assets, UI textures, and JRE. Yeah. That's Minecraft. I guess I didn't really think about that. Because that's not usually what my... thing says anymore. Mini boss. I just edged the fuck out of the rose. No. Nope. What is happening? Yeah. The cache builds itself, and then it makes it just easier to launch in the future. First launch for any version of Minecraft will always take a while. Always, always. Especially modded. It should not be this long ever again. And if it is, keep trying until it stops, because, I mean, it really shouldn't. The launch times are slower than Modern, though, so do keep that in mind. But that is because you were launching an entire client, so... Probably faster than Prism. My launch times on Prism were slow. I mean, Prism's not that different to... Is Prism a client, or is it just like a mod launcher? I don't actually know what Prism is. Mod launcher? So it's not very different to Modern. I don't think it will be faster. Mod launchers work a little bit differently to clients. But who knows? Maybe. Let's pray. Performance might improve, though. You are not going to have your controls and keybinds, though. Probably. So you will have to reset that. So, like, video settings, sound... Or maybe not sound settings. Yeah, no, some sound settings. Like music sound settings. But as for the individual sound settings, if you have this mod at all, that should be in your config folder, so you should be good on that part. That's crazy. What system do you have? Ew. Ew. Never again. Ew. That's horrible. That's horrible. It's fucking Snapdragon Windows laptop. So it's Windows. Yeah, I don't know why it would crash. What's your Rev XP at the moment? Like overall or on meter? Overall. Inconvenient timing. Inconvenient timing! $5.3 million. No, I don't have a number for tarantulas anymore? Fuck. Oh, what? That's so depressing. Yeah, genuinely. I still cannot fathom the amount of Spider Slayer I did when it released. I was locked in on that shit. Or not when it released, when Tier 5 released. It was so fun. And now, it's not a lot of profit anymore because of toxic arrow poison going at Sax. Anyway, Camden, how are you doing today? Hopefully pretty well. Okay. I didn't want to spawn my boss, but that's fine. Hello, Rejoice. I might make a different crosshair soon. Doing some blaze? That's good. The vanilla crosshair is getting a little bit boring. What's going on? I think I'm doing Blaze? Yeah, I'm doing Blaze Slayer. Let's go. I am doing Zombie Slayer to try and drop a Matcha die for my YouTube series. Unfortunately, today was supposed to be the last day, but also Matcha die just went on 2x, so I don't know if today's the last day anymore. I don't know what I did, but when I pressed Minecraft settings after Minecraft launched in the bottom of my screen, it just stopped working. I had to close the window. Not a thing I've ever heard before. I pressed Minecraft settings after Minecraft launched in the bottom of my screen, and it stopped working. So this? No clue. That was down there, though. But, well, then that was the button. There's not another button that says Minecraft settings. Get into the game, like get into the world and try and see if you can do the settings from here instead. Can't lie, I really don't like those settings. If you can launch it, that is. What do you think about the Guardian Slayer overall? We don't have information on it, do we? What do you mean, what do I think about it? Do you just mean like the concept? What do I think about the concept of it? Unless I'm crazy. Did we get information on Guardian Slayer? I don't think so. So I guess the concept would be what the question's about. Interesting, I guess. I mean, I'm not opposed to a Slayer that fills a bridge that has needed to be filled for a while. Now, for the audience that it's absolutely targeted for in the game, they're not going to have a fun time at the beginning. Because 90% of the late endgame players, or even mid-game players, but probably late endgame players, are going to be dominating any lobbies related to it. And probably lagging the fuck out of them, while also all doing the Slayer at the same time. So the thing that I'm hoping for is that they make it unique. For example, I really like Vampire Slayer because it has a couple of unique mechanics that make it just more mechanically interesting, like smashing Clotgoyle skulls. I don't want it to be simply sit there, point, and click, and do nothing else. I think Spider Slayer has a little bit of an interesting mechanic with shooting the egg sacs, otherwise you get little extra boys that assault you. And you also get through that segment of the boss slightly faster. But it's really... What I hope they don't do is iframes. If they have to get the boss to be interesting enough by also including invincibility frames, then I think that they didn't do the boss correctly. I think Blaze Slayer does a good job of not really having a whole lot of invincibility frames and still being a reasonable fight. Except for when it goes up and then splits into the two, but I'd take that more as like a cutscene cinematic type of deal than it is truly like invincibility frames. I launched Lunar, I have a steady 1 to 5 FPS. I don't know what you could have possibly done with Lunar. I'm at 500. Now, Tarantula was great until they patched out any ability to be able to skip eggs. I'd like for them to natively support ways to skip certain things. For Vampire Slayer, for example, Mania, or I think it's called Mania, the one with the circles, you know, where you have to run back and forth and he can't hit him at all. I'd appreciate if we could still hit him there, even if it was for reduced amounts of damage. That way, there's a risk, but there's also a reward. Just to have that option. Tarantula is still pretty good, though, even now, I would say. Especially with them making eggs, like, actually affected by Pierce. It made it substantially, like, more reasonable. The only issue that I have with it now is over DPSing it, and then it just killing itself. Because it just simply cannot live in this world anymore. Its 13th reason finally showed up. Its 6th, 7th reason finally showed up. Hello, it's a great name. Also, sorry for not saying hi to you in the YouTube chat. I was having a conversation. But welcome to the Twitch stream. And the YouTube stream. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Also, chat, last night, I finished the bestiaries from Jerry's Island. It was great. Very fun experience. Not really. But I did kill a lot of Grinches. So they add more? No, they won't. I mean, okay. I'm fine if they add new mobs. I'm not fine if they increase the bestiaries that I already had completed. That does not vibe with me. That didn't make any sense either. What are you going to do during your 500 raffle? I have 3 options. Dungeons, which I think would make me kill myself because year 500 is going to be laggy servers everywhere. And then also doing dungeons will make it laggier because everybody's going to be doing dungeons for the 50% more XP. Second, Slayers, because 50% more Slayer XP means 50% more meter XP for dies. 3, fishing. They said that, which, God, I fucking hope they do, since some of the bestiaries are still based off of what the players who had the highest kills had. I don't know what... Hang on. Some of the bestiaries are still based off of what the players that had the previous highest kills were. However, alternatively, they don't. I would like them to, though. But it didn't make sense for them, in my opinion, to say that, but also proceed to previously increase 3 bestiaries, saying, oh yeah, we're going to restructure bestiaries and also lower a lot of them. But you just raised them. You raised 3 of them. I just had to do more of them. That doesn't make sense. You... I don't even know what to do for the event. I started an Iron Man, and I'm too low level to do anything. Any idea on what I could do? No, I'm not an Iron Man. I have 0 clue how the progression works. Take advantage of the skill XP, I guess, though. Like, genuinely, because what? A lot of Iron Man ends up becoming farming. It's a farming sim for quite a while. Take advantage of that. Set up like a mushroom farm or something. And try and get farming 60, I'd say. Or farming 50. Like, if that's a problem. If not, I don't know. I genuinely... pet leveling might be good. If you need, like, certain pets leveled, or if there's any progress that you specifically need to be sped through, I mean, obviously there's the options for it, but there's, I don't know. Thanks, bloopers. I appreciate that. $55. Well, then yeah, I don't know. Like, actually, there's. If you're slacking on Slayers at all, I mean, 50% more Slayer XP is kind of goated. If you're slacking on Dungeon XP and you need, like, more dungeon levels, I mean, do some dungeons. I don't know. I am not the person for the advice of that degree. I'm debating on whether or not I make my halberd of the shredded, because this is not mine. Chimera 5. I'm guessing that the right shift won't have my mods that I've imported into the instance. I also have to use the command to open them. Yes. Right shift should only open this. Sometimes it'll open Lunar, because, or not Lunar, Odin, because I guess Odin also has that set. But yes, any actual Skyblock mods that you've had, do the regular command. Which is good that they're separate. I will not lie. I think it's worth for me to grind for my first G-Drag before the event. I didn't say bestiary rewards, so it would be all manual level. Yes? You gonna buy the anything? Probably. I just haven't looked into it. For sure, it's I'll just call you That's your name now. Hope this helps. Ah! Bitch. Do I have a boss? I do have a mini boss up here. No, 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 no. Hey. I think the setting is click related, and when you right click, you can unbind. I think the setting is click related, and when you right click, you can unbind. What? I'm just gonna go in here. Odin. Oh, it's not there. That's too much work. Woohoo! Man, I have not done a lot of XP today. There's 45 minutes left, and I've done a whole 200,000. This is horrible. Click GUI. Oh. So you gotta say that next time, maybe. Heh. I'm pretty sure that's like the whole reason why you said you couldn't look. But that's okay. Hey, look, I was right. That is the whole reason that you couldn't say the name. It's like I had context clues or something. I'm such a good context cluer. No, the only person to ego would be Chunky. He deserves it. He's too famous now. Dude. When I get to Chunky's level, I'm changing my name to Too Famous to Hit. For 30 days, and then I'm changing it back because I would fucking hate every part of that, and I would probably be nicked the entire experience. I think if I actually changed my name to Too Famous to Hit, I would, like, probably end up killing myself. I can't lie. When you get to Chunky's level, you will want to bash your head with how brain dead the chat is. No. No, you see, because I will laugh. But also, I don't have mods, so. I need a YouTube mods. But there's not enough YouTube chatters to warrant it right now. But I think the only person so far that is available for that is the one person that shows up to every YouTube stream, and that's mine, Showtime. But that's for a later day. It's not a good website for modding. Yeah, it is. Well, it is for me. Because I'm very much not someone who times people out very often. You get, like, your singular timeout, and then you're banned if you ever do anything again. Because I just can't be bothered. That's usually how I treat it. There's a couple exceptions, like Axel, who's fucking annoying, but I know him, so he gets a little bit of leniency from me. But if, like, for generally brand new viewers or, like, non-common viewers, I have a very strict, like, if I don't like you, you're gone kind of vibe. Underscore Solarion underscore. But yeah, I mean, I've kind of always been that way. Mostly because of how long I've been streaming. It has been 6 years. And there is... March of next year will be the 7th year of streaming. Right? But also, like... I came from SMPs, where, like, it was fun to appeal to them, but some of those chatters are fucking horrendous and abysmal. And not to say that Skyblock chatters aren't either. A lot of you guys are. Not the people that are here, obviously, because you're not banned yet. But a lot of people are, like, just not worth dealing with. But, like, Ludwig put this... he said this in a stream and a video that he did recently, actually, on unban requests. And it's something that I very much also, like, have basically put up with. And it's that, like, if I'm streaming and you're in my chat, it's kind of like a hangout thing. And the moment I don't want to hang out with you anymore is the moment that you are banned from my chat. That's effectively how I see it. So, I want to know what Chungy's unban requests look like. I don't think I'm modded in his stream. Because I'm pretty sure I've explicitly asked to not be. in most streamers' streams because I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, I'm not. I'm VIP'd, so I can't tell you. But I know what a couple of them look like in other streams. I know what mine look like, and God, are they funny sometimes. Also, okay, I just realized you are not who I thought you were, Scenic. I'm assuming that's how I pronounce that, Scenic, too. I thought your username was Suicune, and I thought you were someone that I know, but I don't. So that's why I didn't say hi to you. I'm so sorry. I am, but I don't know how to get on ban request page. Are you on PC? Okay. Well, for when you're there, you're on the Twitch stream. You click mod view. And then on the left is the unban requests button. You know, that viewer that no one sits in because it's fucking horrendous and stupid? That one. I never used desktop Twitch. That's the website. Do you mean just, like, on your computer at all? Are you just a mobile Twitch advocate? Ah, yeah, that's horrible. Don't do that. Hope this helps. I'm pretty sure Leah does too, though. So, I mean, you're not alone. Unironically, so I gave Leah moderator as a joke because somebody... I don't remember... Oh, yeah, it was, I ran a poll, and somebody made the poll something that was, like, negative, and I was actively ridiculing the chat over it, and I said, whoever did that most recent vote, expose yourself now, and she said it was her, so, because the joke was that I was going to mod them, and I was hoping she wouldn't say shit, because she never does. She said her, I was like, fuck. So now I'm going to mod her. And I did. She's been, like, actually the most proactive moderator I've ever seen. Except for the one that I got, like, 5 years ago, who doesn't show up anymore. And it's it's actually crazy. Because based off of her messages and how she acts in, like, chats and stuff, you just would not expect that. Do I ever VIP people anymore? Yeah. I mean, some people. Luna's VIP'd. It's very... I've never had VIP as open as everyone else did. Which is weird, because I have a lot more slots than everyone else does. By a long shot. Which is completely Exumavoid's fault. Because he raided me once with, like... I think it was 800 people, or maybe it was over 1,000 people, and I just unlocked all of the things. What do you mean slots? So you can only VIP a certain number of people in your chat at a time, and you unlock more VIP slots with the more active chatters you have. Let me pull up the things, right? So these are all the roles that I have set. I have VIPs for Maz, Dulkir, Fire has moderator, Squid has VIP, Yanni has VIP, Joel doesn't need that. Kai has VIP, Kai, Leah, KCat, they all have moderator, Lurks has mod. So all these people have VIP. Right? But there is only a limited amount of them. So, like, if I click on Joel again, you can see I have 80 VIP slots. I can only give it to 80 people. That is unlocked through... I'm a Squid Kid should be robbed of his VIP rank. He and I are friends, so I don't agree with that. That is unlocked through this, right? So You build a community, reach 50 followers, get 5 people chatting at the same time. That gets you the base number of, like, I think it's 20. And it goes up by 5. So 20 per, like, tier. And at some point, I had 100 people talking at the same time, I believe is what this one was. Which was because Exumavoid, which is basically Mr. What is it called? What's the SMP? Hermitcraft. You know, big time guys. I think it was... when was it? November of a year and a half ago. So shortly before we did, like, the big streamer bingo, he raided me, and I got a lot, like... It was like 800 people, but 100 people were talking. So that got me up to the 80 VIPs, but I don't like to give out VIP to people that I don't necessarily trust or know very well. One, because VIP, like, bypasses a couple things. Pretty sure it doesn't... It's not as restricted by automod. Could be wrong on that one. But it definitely also prevents people from being spam protected. So Luna can spam the chat right now if she cares. I trust Luna, and I don't think she would do that, but she can spam the chat. But I've never had, like, a redemption for VIP or anything, and I've never just willy-nilly handed it out to people that I didn't necessarily know to a certain degree. So it's never really been a thing. But I do VIP people here and there. Like, again, I VIP'd Yanni recently. I'm pretty sure he got it recently. But that's because he actually is showing up a lot, and I do know him. And Nopo got moderator because she has shown up to every stream almost for the last, like, month and a half. And I feel like I can trust Nopo. And I feel like a lot of other people can also trust Nopo. If only I didn't have a sleep schedule. I don't necessarily think that that's the only perpetrator. I mean, sure, but, like, Nopo got moderator because of, like, also being proactive. One, I know her very well already because she is, like, probably the most contributions to Sky Hanny aside from Hannibal. Actually, not even. I'm pretty sure she is just the most contributions to Sky Hanny. And I have known her name from the Sky Hanny Discord ever since. So she's a developer, yes. And she has been for a while. Like, this is her. It says Emily, but this is Nopo. Use code Nopo in Fortnite, right? She does usually these messages. And a lot of the times, she's in the change log because she's just made so many fucking changes. She did the Sky Hanny achievements. It's... If I scroll back enough... Like, there was one update where she did, like, 90% of it, and I was like, what the fuck? But, yeah. She's, to me, that's pretty trustworthy, and she started showing up regularly, and I guess enjoyed my streams, or just me in general, so, yeah. she kind of already had my trust the moment that she showed up, and then she started regularly showing up without fail and interacting without fail because she is a chronic chatter. She has stated this herself. She types a lot in-game and in Twitch chat, I guess, so... Activity and... like, clearly having a sense of leadership is very important to me for my moderation. Something I'm also lacking on is my Discord moderation. Doesn't matter right now. I have more members than I had before, but no one still... I think Blooper is probably the most common user of my Discord. Jayhawk, you've seen that. And it still doesn't really get used all that much, which I'm thankful for because I don't want to get Discord mods. Discord moderators are scary. What did I see? You've responded to Blooper a couple times, and I think that you can attest that he's probably the person that uses my server the most. Because every day I wake up and he has a new message in my server. Even if it's just one. But, like, actually getting a team for that's gonna suck. So I have no fucking clue how to run that. And realistically, I'd like to just have my server exist and me not really moderate it at all. And if changes are made there, like, someone else basically runs the server, but it's still my server, you know? That's how I want to run it. And that's how a lot of people want to run it, because it's, like, Discord is a hassle to keep track of. It would be the same for, like, any sort of social... Like, if I had a subreddit or something, which I don't want, but if I did have one, same thing. I'm not moderating that shit. Recently, though, I did start moving into using my Discord... My Discord's, like, personal or private VCs, though, rather than sitting in Twitch team. So that's why you haven't heard so many people like you did before, if you've noticed that in recent times. But I used to sit in the Twitch team VC, which anyone that was in that server could join, and that was great. And now, as of, like, the last probably month or so, I've been sitting in my own VC always. Because I can severely limit who can join that, and there is a limit on who can join that. People don't talk enough that I have to worry much, but it's been picking up. Yeah. Finally! We're in a profit today. Still no heart, though, by the way. I'm kind of upset. Can I meter one yet? Nope, but I will by the end of today. I had recently discovered that the hacked account had access to all the VC chats. That was fun to have to clean out. The hacked account. Sure, man. I know what you're talking about, because I totally am in his server daily. But I can't lie, any person that is a creator that has a Discord server does not want to run their Discord server. I would just prefer to have a community manager and then have them run it, and then me still be, like, the face of it, right? Because it is for me. And I had an option for that, and then he became the community manager of Calazar's new Discord server, so I'm not doing that. Like when people send the Mr. B scams? Oh, okay. How to play this game with 300 ping. Move from Australia to North America. They never deleted the VC chat messages? Oh. You should report that to Discord. Hashtag thanks. Because that probably... Fuck, that also means it's the same for me. I have stuff to do tonight? Oh, shit. What? We have plans? Was that today? Did we say today? What is today? Is today Thursday? No, today's Wednesday. What happened? We said Friday! Why are we changing the day? No, we did say Wednesday. Fuck! Shit. They should make localized servers for real. Let me just bring something up real quick. Just, really gonna do 43,000 bosses? Probably. Hypixel regional servers. A lot of questions about regional servers, and I have to sit down and give an answer, even if it's outside the scope of the Q&A. No. It won't happen. Hope this helps. I'm not doing 43,000 bosses today. Holy shit, that would be crazy. Just thought I would share that with people, by the way. Get fucked, Australians. Canadians and Midwest Americans on top. No one else, though. I guess. Actually, all of the U.S. and then Canada, not just Midwest. Took 5 minutes to pull up without any other context. Yeah, it took me a minute. But no, this person said they should make localized servers in the YouTube chat. And I couldn't find it. I was trying to click through all the spoiler drop-downs because I'm like, I know I read it, but I can't fucking see it. It was in the last fucking spoiler drop-down. I was struggling. Exact same config and Lunar, and I'm getting half or less FPS. That is crazy. Do we have, like, performance mods on at all? Wait, what is this? They have a smart disconnect! Holy shit. I didn't know that. Performance. Look in this tab. See if there's anything you knew that would fix it there. I don't know. I haven't had that problem. It has been nothing but better for me. So if it doesn't work for you, just go back to modern. Oh, well. Or not. Yeah, modern. Hi. Hello. Do you have the calling performance mods? I do. You press right shift, you click mods at the top, you click settings, and then you click on performance. But also, that's a good question. You should have at least this. Granted, technically sodium, I think, has culling somewhere. Yeah, here. But, check. Dang you. That's not very nice. What is that supposed to mean? Just don't take it. Unless you're gonna die if you don't. I had to lighten your mood. Had to I lighten your mood. Yeah, no, that is just I had to lighten your mood. Okay. Had to unlighten your mood. Oh. What the fuck? I'd like my gut to stop cramping, so I can probably wait 2 more hours for my other med to come off cooldown. Well, if you don't know if you took it... Wait. How would you not know if you... Did you not, like, put them all in your hand or something? Is that what it is? Unless there wasn't, like, several. And I'm just crazy. Had to grab it out of a pill bottle. Is it just one? It wasn't in my normal night meds. Didn't answer my question. But I guess the answer to that would be yes. Or no. All sodium mods, that's crazy. Entity calling, spark, particle core. Spark? Spark? What the fuck is spark? I've never seen this. This is apparently very popular. That would probably be good. It's a server-related performance mod. Wait, yeah. What? I don't know why you have that. This isn't going to help you, the player. No. What's the other ones? Particle core. What is particle core? I don't know what that is. Particle core mod. Hey, look, it new. Particle core focuses on optimizing... Okay, great. It's just gone. I was reading that. Where the fuck did you go, motherfucker? Where did you go? Particle core focuses on one thing, optimizing particles. Vanilla Minecraft is quite inefficient with particles in a variety of ways. And it's gone again. Where did it go? Motherfucker, I was reading that. There it is. Minecraft is quite inefficient with particles in a variety of ways. Particle core aims to improve this. How? Particle culling. Rendering optimizations. By type, reduction, or disable. I guess that could be good, but also if you're turning off particles, I don't think this is going to matter. More culling. More culling. I know what lithium is. That's good. Keep lithium. Hashtag lithium. A mod that changes how multiple types of culling are handled in order to improve performance. Culling is when you don't render things that the player can't see to improve performance. Cool. That's probably useful. Immediately fast is good. Iris is not a... Iris isn't a performance mod. That is a shaders mod. Dynamic FPS just makes your FPS drops slower, and bad optimizations. A collection of mostly micro optimizations that add up to something bigger. Avoid updating light map. That's true. Light map updates suck. Horrible ass. Don't do debug logic if we don't need to. Minecraft has 4 debug renderers that can be activated with a debug server. Bees, game, events, game test, and villager AI. I don't think we have much of that matters, but okay. Sky color calculation optimizations. Just completely not related because it's 1.21.10 and below, so that doesn't matter for us right now. With it on an RTX 3060 and an Intel i7 12700 and 4 gigabytes of allocated RAM. That's not a lot. On fabulously optimized without toasts, it goes from 1926 to 1955 to 2008 and 2023. With toasts, God, I hate toasts. 1351, 1384 to 1414 and 1458. It's not bad. My mod is incompatible. I mean, that's not bad. I didn't know that was a mod. I'm using bad optimizations because Fire had it in his config. Okay, so Fire has a lot of mods in his fucking mod folder that he does not need. I can't lie. I've looked at his mod pack. I love Fire. I know that he does not need 30 fucking optimization mods. Because at some point, a lot of them are just redundant. Or doing things that the other ones already do. And it's a little bit weird. But I think that those are all pretty reasonable. Spark is not. Because of rethinking voxels and him wanting to run it. Yeah, I don't have that problem because it doesn't work with my graphics drivers. It just, my game crashes, so... I think that's more of a problem that Fire doesn't have a decent PC. I've caved in now, and I'm finally doing fishing. I want sack of sacks. W. I uninstalled Spark. Good. I was going to say, because I thought that I had heard Spark, and I know that Spark is like the company that technically owns Essential or something like that, but DDR4 RAM is not helping. No. No, it is not. You're right. I don't... What is his GPU? Do you know what his GPU is? No. I'm being assaulted from behind. I'm being assaulted from behind. They're assaulting me from behind. They're touching my butthole. Stop. 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 It's also interesting. So, Rethinking Voxels hasn't been updated for a fucking year. I get that it looks great, but that's pretty much an abandoned shader pack at this point, and I think he needs to stop using it. That's crazy. But yeah, because I wanted to at least try it out, and I figured out that for at least my GPU, I'd have to downgrade my graphics drivers by a fucking year's worth of graphics drivers. I'm not doing that. Just for some shaders. That's not viable. And that told me that the shaders themselves were outdated. And then I looked into it, and yeah, just now, again, I looked. The last release was June 19th of 2025. 2 days, and that's a year ago. That, not a good shader pack to run, I'm gonna say. It's pretty much abandoned at this point. Unless someone else picks it up and updates it to work with drivers and stuff. But yeah, when I was running a, just like a small SMP for like about 15 people for a little bit last year. Maybe it wasn't even last year. It might not have even been a year ago. But last year's in 2025. I was running one, and I paid for like 2 months, I think, or something like that. And yeah, I think Spark was one of the mods that we had in it because we were just getting some like server performance mods, and then also I had a map mod that was probably the coolest map mod I'd ever seen in my entire fucking life. Because it was a web-hosted map that you could go in and it would 3D render everything, and it was cool. I liked it. I just used Skyblocker mod pack. Stop. Hope this helps. No. Oh, I also had a dream last night. I think I said when I was talking about my dream earlier that I had earlier today. I had, in the same dream, I spent all the money I had. I don't know why it's important. But I had $0 in my bank and I was depressed. I don't know. It was a dream. I didn't even see it. I started with the Skyblocker pack, but it's basically been homogenized into my own pack at this point. I don't even think that's how you spell homogenized, but homogenized means to make a substance or mixture uniform in its structure, consistency, or composition throughout. It typically refers to forcing liquids like milk at high pressure through tiny openings to break down particles so they are evenly distributed and do not separate. No. No, you didn't use it correctly. My pack is like milk. I don't think so. Gross. I am okay. I forgot that I'm even better now. I forgot that I made plans with my friends for today and just completely I've been egoing them all day. Did we get Matcha? No. No, Matcha would be me coming. I'm taking that one back. No, I'm not. I hope they aren't too mad. No, they're not. Our plans are in an hour and a half. I just forgot that I had them. I think we're going to a video game bar. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure we are. And I am going to go and not drink anything except for soda and play video games. And one of our friends is probably going to drink. The other one is the designated driver. I will not be the designated driver because last time I was the designated driver, I ended up still driving over a curb because I couldn't fucking see it. And it was in my friend's car, and now I'm afraid of ever driving as a designated driver again. First time I've ever driven over a curb, by the way, and it just had to be when I was driving someone else's car with that person in the car. It was just a pure stress situation. His car's fine. He has, like, the largest skid plate I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. But yeah, no, never again. So someone else's designated driver. I won't drink alcohol. That's not a thing for me. I tried one IPA one time, which was the same night that I also drove over the curb. Horrible, horrible, horrible thing. And I know that IPAs are apparently horrible tasting drinks and not a good thing to start with. I don't care. I just don't want to now. I have been turned off of alcohol permanently, and that does not sound... You don't drink at all? No, that was my first ever drink, was trying an IPA. And I took a sip and decided that that's not me. That's not a thing for me. Oh! Anyway, never drinking. Not a thing for me. Why would you do that to yourself? Motherfucker, I had never drank alcohol before. Listen. As someone who never drank, I thought, why not at least try it to see if it's worth it? It's not. I didn't know what shit tasted like. That was what my friend showed, because that was my friend's 21st birthday. He had me buy that for him. That was his gift from me. Was 6 IPA beers. He was like, yeah, just do that. And then we had a fun night, and I was like, might as well try it. Decided that I would. It was bad. It was horrible and disgusting. And again, I know that you can drink things that have the alcohol flavor hidden and just other things. It wasn't good, and I don't plan on it. And also, they also were getting, I think, we also bought edibles for him. Another thing that I just won't. Being high is where I draw a, hard line. I'll try alcohols sometimes, I think. I will never drink enough to feel anything or get drunk because that sounds horrifying to lose control. Being high, drawn line. Fuck that. Nuh-uh. Never. Never happening. IPAs are really nice, very citrusy. No, motherfucker, that was not citrus. That was literal ass in my mouth. There was no citrus present in that drink. That's not what happened. I don't know what ass tastes like, but if I could imagine, that would be it. The matcha dye was with fruition. I made profit, except I'm pretty sure the last time I did matcha dye, I didn't. So, it doesn't matter. Also, I'm pretty sure I didn't make profit. I'm pretty sure I have broken even. Because if my session profit... No, I made profit. If my session profit today is 100 mil, I made like 150-ish. Congrats, Slavi. Yeah, big no-no for alcohol for me. Not a fan of... Most of it's, if I'm ever out in a public setting, I don't want to be the type of person who says or does something that I don't mean to do. Suddenly, when I'm completely in my right state of mind, I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to do that, and then people just don't believe me. I'm afraid of that. And just afraid of making people... I got another ghoul pen, I didn't know. And afraid of making people uncomfortable and other shit. And also as somebody who doesn't imagine anything because of aphantasia, and who never has felt at all like they couldn't control like thoughts or imagination or anything like that, that does not sound appealing to me. So I will do one more boss. Technically my 2 hours are up. And then we will get out of here because, again, I have something in like an hour and a half-ish. Cool. Nothing. Didn't get the die. Love this game. Anyway. We made a fair bit from grinding for the die. $178 mil. Can I use these to make an axe? Ooh. Would that be worth it? No? I don't think so. 4 mil per stack of Rev Viscera. Do I have enough? Oh, shit. I have 3. I could probably make 4, because I have a lot of Revenant flesh. I might... Recipe Rev. I don't have the enchanted string. It's been a minute since I've... Do I have string? Recipe string. What happened to all my string? It's all gone. I might be able to make more money than this. Just because of the Axe of the Shredded. Because I can make the Reaper Falchion easily. Wait, no, this is just better. The Reaper Falchion is 5. This would be 20, 25, 60... So just take away 44 mil from the craft cost of 25. Yeah, I might just make a halberd of the shredded and sell that. But yeah, that's what I got. Hope that helps. Apparently 8 hours of revs gets you that sometimes. Only sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna head out, because again, video game bar, so I probably gotta eat dinner, unless we're getting dinner. I don't actually know. I should really ask. Let me ask. We might do more later, like tomorrow or something. But it's also Livid 3x, so I think I'm gonna be doing a bit of M5. But also the Matcha 2x is making me want to do more of this, so we'll figure it out. We have a couple of options here. We can raid Blaze, who I think is doing floor 6 or maybe M6. Duck, who is doing M7. Margoose, who's doing M7. And Morgan Free, who is also I think he's doing Kudra? Blaze is doing 4-6. Is that not what I said? I thought I said 4-6. I could be wrong. Nah, Blaze got rated by Epic. He doesn't deserve it. Taking Blaze off the list here. Oh, I definitely meant to say that the other way around. 4-6, maybe M6. He did say it the other way around? Oh. Are you gaslighting me? Actually, okay, I'm taking Margoose and Duck out of this. So our options are going to be Blazer Morgan. Morgan is still doing his No Island Iron Man, where he cannot go to his island, and he's doing Kudra at the moment. Or we raid Blaze, who's doing 4-6, who's also an Iron Man. That's about it. Morgan sounds good? All right. His Kudra run seems to have just ended. I am going to immediately dip, though, so if you guys can tell him that this stream went well and that I made some money, that would be cool. Also, he might ask if I didn't get a die, or if I got a die. No, say no. Anyway. Yeah, I gotta go. Bye, gang.